How do you think Gary looked?
Oh, I thought he looked great. I thought, like I told y'all before the game, he was going to be impactful on both sides of the ball. It's just kind of what he does. He's disruptive defensively, and then offensively, he's really unique because he plays, you know, he plays in the dunker spots and all these other spots that little guys don't play in. And he causes a problem. I thought he did a really good job in his minutes today.
What's he going to do for you guys going forward that like you guys didn't have already? Like, what's he going to open up?
I think, defensively, he's like I said, he's disruptive. Like you can just put him on somebody and have him deny him the whole time, or you put him on a big guy, small guy. Like he just does a lot of things that most guys, most teams don't have. A guy like him with his versatility, but and then offensively, like he's a really good passer. Obviously, he knocks down those corner threes, but he's a top flight screener. He really is. And he's a good secondary playmaker as well. So he does a lot of things, He's like a jack of all trades, like a Swiss Army knife.
How long do you think it'll take to get him to the point where he can play as many minutes as you want him to play?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how long it may take to get there. What I do know is you go on these stretches, and we're not going to have a lot of practices. Even though he'll be getting his work in, his individual work and things like that, but we're not going to practice that much coming up soon. We play pretty much every other day in this whole month.
This process, keep going.
No, you're fine.
This process to come back for him was, much longer than I think anybody anticipated. Just what was that moment like when he came to you and said, okay, I'm ready to do this?
It was good. It was good. I think, anticipation has been great. We've all been waiting on him. He knows that. I'm pretty sure he's felt that. Y'all, it's a good question to probably ask him. But it was good. Good for us. Much needed. It's almost, obviously we got guys hurt. Justice is out. Nas been out. Like Keon was out. Like, we couldn't come at a better time. But he's a guy that no matter who's playing, like if he's playing the way that he plays, like he carves out a role.
At the start of the second quarter and at the start of the fourth quarter, how can you obviously those are like 4 points, but those plays, are those more impactful than just those two plays that he's got to start a quarter?
Well, they're huge. They're huge, and they obviously it's good to get those points or steal or whatever, but it sets the tone for your team and the unit that he's out there playing with. You see a guy doing those type of things and diving on the floor and kicking it up and getting a steal, and if you don't match that level of intensity, you look bad, So, it changes things for you.
I see him try to get back into the game there with that last group.
He thought I called him. And I'm like, what you doing? He was like, I thought you said. I said, man, go sit down, man. Go sit down. We play soon.
Is that going to be hard for you to not get him out there more in real meaningful games, to adhere and be careful with this?
It is, it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. But yeah, it'll be some judgment moments, in there where you got to make decisions. That I will do at the time. And sometimes I may do it right, sometimes I may do it wrong. It just is what it is. It's what every coach has to deal with if you're lucky. It's a good problem.
So he was dealing with situations where he would practice or do whatever and feel some soreness. Like, is there any apprehension right now about how he's going to feel after playing today and tomorrow?
Sure there is. But, I mean, he played 13 and a half. Yeah, you obviously, we are going to want to know how he's feeling tomorrow, because when he plays, he plays. He's picking up. He's all over the place. running into these big old dudes. Like he's leaving it out there. So, you know, we'll see. But he's tough. I'm not, and then he tweaked his ankle too. So, you know, it's just how GP does it.
What he was doing tonight, is that what he's been doing in these practices this last however many weeks? That
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the exact same.
Exact same thing. He's a pest on D. He's just touching you and grabbing you, and he just makes you mad when he's guarding you. You know, the whole time, and I love that.
Chauncey, with Gary back, what does it mean for guys like Josh and Jeremy who are taking primary point of attack assignments, giving them that little bit of a break? Is that kind of that decision tree become a little bit easier and better for you on both sides of the ball?
Well, it gives you another guy that you feel like can be a lockdown guy, you know, and he guards differently than both of those guys, you know. He's very physical, but he's so athletic, and you know those are three like very different defenders, and sometimes you in these games with these offensive players that are so dang good, man, you know, and it just allows you a chance to kind of switch up how you guard a guy, you know, so it helps you be a lot more versatile.
Jeremy's game tonight, can you just talk about what he gave you? And as a former player yourself, is there any, even when you leave on good terms, is there any juices when you play against your former team?
Well, first of all, he was incredible, you know, from the very beginning. He was just aggressive. He was really good all night, obviously super duper efficient. And once we started seeing him going, we just started calling his plays and calling different plays. And our guys have gotten so good at, like, when a guy's rolling, I don't even have to call. They just know what to do. So he was really good. And secondly, yeah, you know, when you play against a team that you played for, that you spent time with those, he got a lot of friends in that locker room that is just bragging rights and just having fun. It was probably so good to see those guys for him. And this is the first time, you know. It'll wear off in a year or two, or third or fourth, fifth time you play him. But the first time is always it's pretty emotional. It's a lot of fun.